Hello everyone and welcome to Jemma's Window. If you have done the calculations below and determined you're a power year number 6, then you are at the right place. I do want to review with you how to get to your power year number because I get a lot of questions about how to do that exactly. So let's go over it. Okay, so say you were born in the month of December. You take your month of birth and reduce it to a single digit number. So 1 plus 2 is 3. Now, let's go to the date of your birth. Let's say that's a double digit number. Let's say it's 12 again. You take your 1 plus 2 and you get 3. Now add your single digit month to your single digit birthday. 3 plus 3 equals 6. Now, to that 6, add 3. 3 represents 2019. 6 plus 3 is 9. So you would be a power year number 9. And in our case, we're doing power year number 6, and your month is the month of 8, February. So let's talk about that. Now, before I forget, because I have been forgetting, I do want to give you a few special days of your month. And for those looking for a job, that will be our first segment that we do. That will be February 5th, 14th, and 23rd. And for those of you looking for love, those best days would be, or not looking for love, or looking to improve your relationship that you're in, February 7th, 16th, and 25th. Now your power days of every month are the 9th, the 18th, and the 27th. And those would be days for double the pleasure, double the fun, or something strong or a change happening in double force. They're very strong power days for you for the month. Okay, all right, 6s. So let's talk about and let's review. Let's put my timer on to try to keep me on time so I don't keep you too long. Let's talk about what 6 means and what the month of 8 means. To me, 6 is the most relationship-oriented year you're going to be in. It's fixing and finding and making relationships concrete, and it also is determining which relationships you want to leave. Besides the theme of relationships in the year of 6, you have the theme of responsibility. Am I giving too much of myself to, say, my job, too many hours a week? Am I not? Am I kind of sliding by, letting, maybe you just got out of college. That's a good example. And you're not really sure what to do next. And now it's getting to the point where you're feeling like, oh, okay, maybe I really better pick up some slack and help around here and help myself. So we want to balance that responsibility. 6 can also be about relocation or redecoration. 6s tend to be very good at party planning, events, collecting things, selling things on the internet, doing the vintage thing. So if you get urges like that this year, that would be very common. Now you're in this month of 8, and that's about more finance and practical things. So let's start pulling. That's a good segue. Let's start pulling to people who have a job. People who are already working, who have a job. They want to know, how's it going? Is there movement in that job? Will I be promoted? How am I being perceived? So we're going to start with the basic cards. I'm missing the word. And I'm finding the here and now is that, are you feeling judged or are you judging? I'm feeling like you're perhaps feeling you're not being appreciated. Don't they know, I got spoken to because I couldn't stay last Friday, but I've been here every Friday of the year. That would be a typical 6 kind of feeling, and that's the year that you're in. So I'm feeling this judgment. Now, you're coming from an opportunity. According to these cards, you've been handed an opportunity, or someone has suggested to you, hey, why don't you go for that particular promotion or project? And I'm feeling you digging your heels in about it. You're annoyed about something. And I want to tell you that that something is just out of your control. That's what the cards are saying here. Whatever is bothering you at the workplace, or whatever you're wishing would happen, it is completely out of your control. It may have gone and been handed to someone else, someone who you feel isn't as good as you, or isn't as respectful as you, haven't been there as long as you have, and you might be feeling opportunities or attention are going to the wrong places. But I think you're kind of right. I think you're kind of right. And what I'd like to do is look at, I want you, if you would, please, think about who is this? Is it the HR person? Is it your boss specifically? Is it a group of employees that have never warmed up to you? I'm going to ask, what's their perception of you? Because I want to see if you're right. I mean, you're judging something, but I want to see if their perceptions of you are correct or not. Let's take a look. Okay, so this is interesting, and this is very helpful, and this brings, we're going to give you all your power back right now. What I have is the biggest perception for the most of you out there is a lack of confidence. It's a lack of confidence in something. And you know, you may feel that you are good in one area, but there might be another area someone's looking at you and saying, well, you know something, we understand this. This is HR talking. We understand this employee, and we understand that they're a bit of a diamond in the rough, and you know, that their language skills or the way that they present something isn't always polished, but we like the content of what they're presenting, but can we send them out to a client? Can they represent us? So there's something cooking that you are being perceived as not so strong in a particular area, and the card is fine-tuning that to that you may not feel confident or be showing that confidence. So you may be very strong in that area. You may be very good. So you've got to show them. And so what I like about this is that there's something you can do about it. That's what I like about it. This is not a done deal. There's something that you can do about it. Just take a look at the situation and apply what we've talked about in the best way that you can. And then make the best judgment that you can, because you're always the best judge of your own life, of course. For people who are looking for a position, now, you're in this year of 6 and you're in this month of 8. I do want to tell you that the month of 8 is the strongest financial month of the year. So if you've got that job, it's a very strong month for you to make your statement, to show off yourself, to show yourself, to make something happen. A little twist on it is that the 8 is the most karmic number. So if you, somewhere along the line, maybe you haven't been completely honest, or you goofed off somewhere, or you didn't give someone else credit where credit was due, it may come and nip you in the heels this particular month because it's a karmic debt number. It makes it a karmic debt month. On the other hand, if you've always treated everything on the up and up to the best of your capabilities, then you will be rewarded for that as well. Okay, 6s. Let's take a look at, if you are looking, oops, for that position. Another judgment. I have 2 judgment cards in my deck. And I've got them both for if you've got the job and if you're looking for the job. And you know, it's interesting because obviously because of the coincidence, but one card is others judging you. Now this card is more you judging you, and that is for those of you who are out there looking for that job. And I have coming into the near future is the Fool card. So the Fool card says, stick your neck out, put it out there. So you're in this year of 6. You might have an artistic flair. 6 is very artistic. You might want to do something that everybody's been telling you, no, you know, that's not stable, you know, and that doesn't have benefits. And you've been holding yourself back from moving forward to this project that you'd like to do. And the cards are saying, no, go ahead and take a chance to stick your neck out and take a risk into uncharted territories. Maybe you want to take time off and travel. And what is the response of that going to be from your parents or from your family or from your friends is, what? But you've got blah, blah, blah. According to this, I feel like you're going to do it. And I also feel like there is going to be an offer from someone who's going to offer you something very enticing and very different. And they are the person that's either giving you information about this new endeavor or is offering this new endeavor. So this is pretty racy stuff here, 6. It's pretty racy information coming in. And again, you're in this karmic debt month, so maybe in this lifetime, you're just meant to take that month off, or to do that Appalachian Trail, or to do an artistic or a different, more unpractical side of the job, or go back to school, or just do something that feels like you're taking a couple steps backwards, but you know you're not. And I feel like you may have guidance from someone who has good information to share with you. Okay? Let's move on to romance and relationships. Now, this is your year, 6. This is a biggie. So let's take a look at those of you who are in a relationship, and people who are estranged from a relationship. It's going to vacillate your information between in a relationship and new relationship. So we'll cover you too. So let's take a look at, let's pick this top card. Okay, in the relationship. Okay, 6s. Let's see what's cooking in this month of February for in a relationship. Okay, this whole feeling that's coming through for you, 6s, is that you'd like to, quote unquote, take a walk on the wild side. You'd like to do something a little bit radical and a little bit different, and you're really wondering how you're going to be received. This is a bit off track for a power year 6. Well, maybe not, and for a month of 8, because you are heading into the month of 9, which is going to be your March, and the month of 1, which is going to be your April, and that would be endings and new beginnings. And I just feel like you want to, I feel a very happy feeling from you, but that you want to jazz it up and do something a little bit different, and you're not sure what to do. And the same thing is coming up here when it comes to relationships as came with job. I see a lovely, stable, great relationship, and yet there's something that's making you feel bad right now. And I feel like it's because you want some kind of a change and you don't know what to do. And the card that comes up for you is to consult with someone who knows more than you do, or who is an expert in the situation, and get the information first before you approach your relationship. So that if there's a relocation in your mind, which that's a big one, big theme for the year of 6, or you just want to change offices. but it's going to take you into another part of the state, but you're excited about that. And maybe you have to stay there a couple nights a week, but you don't know how to break this to the relationship that you're in. Or is this perhaps happening to you? It dawns on me. What if someone is approaching you about this? And what the cards suggest is to not be hasty across the board and start telling the person that, no, I can't move away from this, or I don't want you that far, because how can I handle this or that without you, or we're going to lose touch, it's not going to be good for the relationship. What the cards are suggesting for you, sixes, is that in this month of 8, in this month of February, which is a month of completion, 8 is pretty much a completion number. It's kind of like you've gone as far as you're going to go in a certain area. So you're in a good relationship. You should be solid enough to say, all right, I'll hear you out, or you hear me out. Then let's go talk to so-and-so, or I'll go talk to so-and-so, get more details. We'll lay them all out, and we'll see how we can work this out. That's your information for if you're in a relationship. Let's move on to if you are looking for a relationship, 6, in the month of February. Oh, let's see how it goes. Oh, yeah, that fell out. All right, remember I was telling you people that out there that might be looking, you 6s that might be looking for a reconciliation. Well, it just fell right out of the deck that you're going to have that reconciliation. There's a big feeling coming in for all of you out there, and that's how I read the cards, is what I feel. Well, they have a basic meaning, and then what I feel. There's a big shift going on for you, 6s, for a lot of you in this month of February, where you're jazzing and want to change it up. And even though down here with looking for a relationship, the best card that I mean, in the position of what's the best that we can expect that I have, is that second chance at love card. So it's either someone coming into your life that's going to be very significant for you in February moving forward for this year sometime. But then I have the recreation card. It's a whole recreation. So someone could be coming back to you, and you recreate that relationship, and you make it better for the both of you, or you're going to get you meet someone new. And here's the tweak. You meet someone new, but it might be after you've changed offices, or after you've changed something, jobs, location, your hair, something. You get another chance, and that might come after you've made some kind of a big change. Well, I think I said this already, at the risk of being redundant, getting back together and you have an even playing field, and you say, okay, we're going to move forward and we're going to fix this or the other thing. Where you're coming from is that there were too many people a part of the relationship. You might have been seeing somebody who had children, or whose divorce wasn't completed yet, or whatever. Maybe their mother had a big mouth. Whatever. I have the recreation card, whereas that when you get back involved with this person, or it's someone new, you're going to make sure that doesn't happen again, and you have a good chance of it not happening again. And so it looks really nice for you, and you are in a super duper year for love. So I'm glad that it makes sense and it looks nice for you. Let's put these cards back in the deck-o-roo, and we're going to shuffle them. Okay, my power year 6s who are in the month of 8 for February. Think about a specific situation. Okay, that fell out. That wanted to come out before too, and it makes sense. Think about a specific situation in your life. Doesn't matter. It can be about job. You can be redundant. It can be about relationship. You can ask again. It can be about something completely different. And I'm going to ask about what's the best outcome that our 6s can get from the situation they're thinking of. That's pretty darn good. And if it wasn't, I'd have to tell you. Okie dokie, Smokies. I'm going with what's right on top. Okay, sixes. I want to tell you, 8 is the most karmic number. And I feel like good things are going to be coming to you. Whatever the situation is you're thinking about, good things are going to be coming to you. I actually have the victory card. So you make your point, you make total headway, you find the right specialist to help you, you get that promotion that you want, or you have a very good chance of getting it. But then I have that I'm to tell you, you have to back off. You have to do everything you possibly can, because look, I have my card here. You see where the lady is talking to the man, and it's our Pentacles card, and it's something that you've been thinking about and something that you've been wanting, and it talks about you recently approached someone about it, or are going to approach someone about it, and then all of a sudden it's, whoa, yay, it's looking really good. And then the cards say, okay, 6, now back off and let it just happen. For example, you go to the fertility doctor, and the doctor says there's nothing wrong with either one of you. You got to stop thinking about it. You've got to stop focusing and stop being so stressed. And you say, okay, there's nothing wrong with us. Let's go home and not think about it, or do the best that we can and not think about it. Okay? And I'm going to leave it at that rather than think of other examples, because I don't want to, I don't want to keep you too long about that, although I'm dying to. I could go on and keep you here 6 all day. But, oh my goodness, the card that fell out. Okay, so my 8 of Wands, this is my 8 of Wands, and this is my feeling with the card, and I saw it before, and if you take a look, la 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 la, you see the dolphins? Okay, you see how one's on top of the other? This is my power struggle card. This is my power struggle card, and it got my attention before when I was shuffling, but I feel like that's what's going on with you 6s in this month of February, where it's like, who's going to lead? Who's going to take charge? Who's going to take over? And what this is saying about your situation is you've said what you've had to say, or you will. You've done all you can do, or you will. And you're going to do or have done a fantastic job. Now back off. Back off and let it land into place. You see, I did go on. Okay, thank you. Oops! And there's our reminder. Thank you for joining Gemma's Window. Please check me out on gemmaswindow.com for any personal information or readings. There's always a chance to subscribe, and I would totally love to have you, but I will definitely see you next month. Thank you, 6s. Bye for now.